What if the moment that changed Tony Stark's life never happened? No ambush in the desert, no shrapnel piercing his heart, no cave imprisonment, no Yinsen, no arc reactor. Where destiny once roared, now in this universe, there is only silence. In this timeline, James Rhodey Rhodes boards the convoy instead of Tony. The convoy returns safely. The press greets them. Tony comes home, untouched, unchanged. He remains in the CEO chair. Stark Industries keeps building smarter, deadlier weapons. Business booms. Awards pile up. Headlines crown him the man of the future. But inside, something vital stays asleep. Pepper Potts sees it. Tony's laughter is forced. His eyes wander. The man she once believed in has become a stranger in an expensive suit. Meanwhile, S.H.I.E.L.D. watches from the shadows. Nick Fury approaches Stark, not as a hero, but as a mind. They don't want Iron Man. They want the engineer. Tony agrees, not to save the world, but to optimize it. Obadiah Stane sees the opening. In a world where Tony never transforms, no one challenges him. Stane funds secret operations, builds private armies, develops armor prototypes not to protect, but to destroy. Far away, the 10 Rings grow stronger. Their greatest fear, Iron Man, never shows up. Without the cave escape, their network spreads quietly. They dismantle governments from within. Meanwhile, the cosmic chessboard shifts. Thor lands in New Mexico, but without Stark satellites, S.H.I.E.L.D. sees nothing. By the time they realize it, the hammer has already chosen. In Harlem, Hulk awakens, his rage unstoppable. Buildings crumble. People flee. With no Iron Man to face him, destruction is all that's left. Steve Rogers wakes from ice, but the world feels wrong. "Where's Stark?" he asks. "He's not that kind of man," Fury replies. When Loki arrives with the Tesseract, the Avengers never assemble. Fury sends Hawkeye. Natasha joins. Cap follows. But without Stark, the team fractures. Loki wins. The skies tear open. The Chitauri descend on Manhattan. No suit rises into the air. No repulsor blast lights the sky. No one carries the nuke to space. New York burns. Millions perish. The Avengers initiative ends before it ever begins. Tony watches from afar. For the first time, he realizes what doing nothing truly costs. He retreats. Not to party, not to build weapons, but to build something else. In secret, he starts again. Not for fame, not for revenge, but for responsibility. The prototypes are crude. Most fail. He bleeds. But for the first time, he tries. He reaches out to Steve. The soldier listens, wounded, but standing. Together, they begin to build something that never had a chance to exist. They send out a signal. Old allies answer. Banner from isolation, Strange from his sanctum, T'Challa from the shadows. Wanda, with all her pain, steps into the light. They're not a team, yet, but they're willing, and they must be. Because in this universe, Thanos comes early. The Black Order descends upon Earth. Defenses fall apart. But this time, Earth is not unprepared. Beneath the ruins of what once was Avengers Tower, Tony Stark suits up. One last prototype. It isn't perfect, not optimized for war, but it flies. And he leads the charge. Repulsors flicker, shields shatter. Magic ignites the skies. The war spreads across continents. Heroes rise, not because they were chosen, but because they chose to fight. Tony faces Thanos, not as a titan, not in a suit, but as a man. And he falls. The suit cracks. The arc reactor fades. But his final act, deflecting the gauntlet, saving Strange, changes fate. Wanda strikes the final blow. There is no snap, no dust. The world mourns, not for a showman, but for a savior. Statues are raised. Schools bear his name. Wakanda opens its gates. Peter Parker builds his suit, not for tribute, but for legacy. Nick Fury closes one final folder, Project Stark, and retires. Steve Rogers, old and dignified, visits Tony's monument each year. He never speaks. He simply salutes. And across the stars, Stark's sacrifice echoes. Some say Iron Man never existed, but those he inspired know the truth. Tony Stark didn't need a suit to be a hero. All he needed was a second chance. And in this timeline, he made it count.